Go.
The creation of the world's largest social network began in a dorm similar to our own, only it was at Harvard when Mark Zuckerberg and some friends created Facebook. In the year 2004, a group of friends came together and created the second most popular website online according to several surveys. Facebook has Kairos because it was only created a few years ago and has been stirring up controversy ever since. Although there are many aspects of Facebook that involve rhetorical arguments, I am only going to focus on two. We are in the time of our lives where procrastination cannot interfere with our studies, and harassment causes severe repercussions. The arguments both bloggers and well-acclaimed researchers are making about Facebook involve its relation to procrastination and harassment, specifically among teenagers and young adults such as ourselves. I've had a Facebook account for 5 years now. I've both experienced and witnessed others procrastinating while using it. I've seen people harassing each other through the comments on Facebook multiple times. You have a 6-page essay due in 3 hours. You've only had 2 pages done on your laptop, and you can't think of anything else to write. What are you going to do? Well, if you're like any other student in America, you'll probably check your Facebook. You'll probably look through their friends, their pictures, and then random people's pictures, and before you know it, you've already spent an hour. People began to argue that Facebook causes students to procrastinate ever since 2007, when the amount of users reached 12 million. There are now 500 million active users of Facebook, and more arguments about procrastination have been made. Newspapers send out articles on Facebook that Facebook causes a decrease in grades with the amount of users that use it. They include multiple studies of interviews and surveys taken by students that actually use Facebook and claim that it makes them procrastinate. There have been a few articles each year, and they all include the same information. Bloggers constantly complain that Facebook has caused them to forget to complete an assignment, turn it in late, or take longer than it should to finish it. Furthermore, a popular website, UrbanDictionary.com, which allows people to make their own definitions of words, has several entries for Facebook, and they all say that it is a tool for procrastination. Other sources claim that these articles were falsely written and that they omitted important information from research findings. These articles fail to mention that there is only a correlation between Facebook using and people receiving lower grades. Facebook is not the cause of these grades or at fault for its users procrastinating. It is the Facebook users that determine how long they'll stay on the site and whether they will check their account or study instead. There are various bloggers who agree with this statement. Some pointed out that procrastinators will find other means to procrastinate if Facebook didn't exist. It is the people's fault if they choose to log on and not study. With the job scarcity and heavy competition of employers, it is important to receive higher grades in order to enter the job market. If there is anything that hinders receiving those grades, then even more problems in the future will arise. Although procrastination is one rhetorical argument of Facebook, harassment is another, albeit a bigger issue. Harassment on Facebook dates back to 2006, 2 years after its creation. One of the first major arguments of harassment on Facebook involved a hateful page that involved students commenting about their English teacher at Syracuse University. They mostly just wrote about things they'd rather do instead than attend class or even see the teacher, but they were really rude and quite disgusting. That same year, a woman went to court to file a complaint against a debt collection agency that used Facebook to talk to her relatives and try to get her to be contacted and things like that. That same year, then just this year, a few schools in Kentucky were contacted by their students and their parents about a page that had their students' names and photographs and comments that accused them of being promiscuous. These were just major arguments. However, every day there are harassment comments being made. Typically, these arguments about ex-lovers or friends in a quarrel or just people being rude. Harassment is a serious offense nowadays. Since 2007, several states in the U.S. have created laws against cyber harassment. The kairos of harassment of Facebook is happening now because these threats are becoming more severe as technology advances. With the ever-changing technology in our world, we must focus on keeping people safe, and with the rise of entertainment, we must focus on balancing fun and work. In today's society, this is hard to do. Facebook is not the only outlet for procrastination and harassment. However, it is a major one. It only took a few years after it was created for societal problems to ensue. As Facebook progresses, the problems and arguments surrounding it will increase unless we acknowledge these arguments being made.